What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mike and I'm back for part 5 of the video. I believe it's part 5. If not, yeah, it's part 5. It should be part 5. I last left off talking about when I was in I almost lost my phone in the Uber when I was in Anaheim, and that was crazy because that was crazy. That was God, because the Uber driver was actually driving around the area looking for me. He could have just took the phone and just kept going, and that would have been that. Now I'm stuck in Cali again. That would have changed the whole everything. I had money on me, so I could have easily went and bought a new phone that same day. Cause like I told you, I saved up money from when I was working. I had a lot saved up from when I was working. So I had money on me, so I could have easily went and bought another phone. But I'm just saying it would have changed things low key, cause the way I spent money later, it would have changed all that. So but yeah, I lost my phone. The Uber driver actually looked around searching for me to give me back my phone, and I'm just so grateful about that. Yeah, I'm burping because I don't drink beer. I drink like energy drinks. It's a Bang energy drink. Um, yeah, that would have been a huge loss for me at the time, and so pretty much I'm walking around Anaheim. I remember walking around Anaheim, pretty much no luck. Um, Same thing. People follow me everywhere. I found these train tracks where it was like super low key. It was like nobody would have. It's like super low key, and I'm walking on the train tracks. It's like super. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like it was nobody there. It was like in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. I mean, there was houses nearby, but it was like you had to been looking for me if you was on these train tracks. So I went on the train tracks, and I'm walking the trail on the train tracks, and now there's still people walking on the train tracks. There's people walking on the train tracks. Yeah, and there was a few people. Like it felt like a community of people, like just walking the tracks like it was a normal day. So it actually kind of made me feel comfortable in a way, because it was just like, these people follow me anyway. So if something did happen, these people would be able to see, but not even knowing the situation, it was actually a bad situation. So it was just this whole thing. But uh, so yeah, I feel like I was being followed. Um, and I remember I ran into this one spot where it was just like people was pointing down the street, and it was pointing down the other way, and it was pretty much telling me like, remember how I said people talk to me without talking? That's what that's what was going on. They was talking without talking, and pretty much they was pointing both directions, saying pretty much I was trapped. So when I got trapped, I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm about to call this Uber real quick. I called an Uber up. Uber came, picked me up. Um, Uber came, picked me up, and I had a conversation with the Uber driver. I was telling him like, yeah, damn man, I feel like I'm being followed and all this, and then he got to telling me about this underground society. He was like, there's people that put hits out on people, and he was telling me about the underground society putting hits out on people. He was like, these are trained hitmen and all this, and so we got to talking about God, and he actually took the Jesus piece that was hanging off of his mirror in the car, and he gave it to me, and he was like, "You're gonna need this more than me." So I was like, "Yeah," I took it. I was like, "I appreciate that, man." So he drove me while he was driving me, he got to tell me about the dark web and um the dark web, the hitman, and the money. And so now I'm piecing everything together. I'm starting to put everything together. I'm hearing the voice, I'm hearing people talk, plus I'm hearing now he didn't tell me this. So I'm like, okay, it's starting to make sense now. Now I'm thinking that my neighbor put a hit on me. So now I'm just like, okay, there's money involved. It's some underground deep web shit going on. There's money involved, and that's why they following me so bad. So now I'm just like, all right, what can I do from here? So now that's when I just got the ball rolling right there. I was already, so now I'm already aware of kind of like what's going on. So when he told me that, so then but the way he was on his phone, you can tell like he was giving like I guess Connect was out back then. Connections was out back then. I'm not sure. Now I'm feeling like it was out back then. Because shortly after did that, he dropped me off, and I I want to say he dropped me off in Riverside so bad. I want to say that was Riverside. I think that was Riverside. I'm not sure. It was somewhere out that way. Like, yeah, it had to be in Riverside. And he dropped me off, and he told me I'll be in a good location over there. He was like, people are looking for you. It'll be difficult for them to find you over here because this is a business area, and you'll be able to hide better right here. So now the way he's talking made me believe I was going through what I was going through now, because now somebody then pretty much confirmed it for me that I was going through what I was going through. In a way, he was talking to me but not talking to me. This all could have been in theory, you know what I'm saying? He's telling me about all this stuff, but it's all in theory, like. So, but I understand he's trying to tell me something without telling me something. So I took it all in stride, and later found out when I did start walking the area, I got screwed over because he dropped me off. The business area was like this little tiny business area, and then other than that, it was nothing. I mean, nothing but residentials. Nothing but residentials. I spent what, I say 2 or 3 hours walking, just walking, and it's like already nighttime, and I'm noticing like, I don't know. I don't know if it was out back then, but I felt like people was coming out even back then. They was coming out and just looking. It wasn't like no actual harassment going on like now. It was just like people would come out, look, stare. They might say something, but it was nothing to where it is now. Like how people harass me now. It was nothing like this. And I remember walking around, it was nothing but residentials. And then I found this industrial spot. I walked all the way down the industrial spot. Every time I find somewhere to chill, that's when a car will pull up, or just something strange would happen. A car would pull up and just be sitting there or something. And I'm just like, man, what's going on? So then I'll just get up, move to the next spot. And that's what I pretty much did. And then I ended up going to sleep. I got so tired. I was like, man, I'm done. Like, forget it. I found a business that was like kind of in the cut, but not in the cut. It was down a main street. I mean, it wasn't residential, but it was like a private street. And I went in front of the business. I just laid down right in front of the business door, because they had a carpet carpet flooring right there in front of the business. So I laid down on the carpet, and I went to sleep. And next morning, the I guess I doubt I guess the employees came, and yeah, they didn't have a problem. They didn't even tell me to get up. They just asked me if I was okay, and I was like, yeah, but I knew what they were saying at the same time, like, business about to open, like, So I just got up, got my stuff, and started on my day. After being there and walking around the place for 2 or 3 hours and seeing it was nothing but residentials, I knew I couldn't stay there another day. So I walked around a little bit more. I walked all the way back up from where I came, went back into the residential parts, but on the other side, and then I was looking for another location to go to, because there was nothing there, nothing but residentials. So I called Uber, and that's when I went to San Bernardino, next to UC San Bernardino, I believe it is. It was right next to the school. Those apartments right next to the school. I was right over there, and I was looking for somewhere to charge my phone, and they didn't want to let me charge my phone anywhere. Like I charged my phone. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit distracted. I had ran into from that point I was trying to charge my phone, and I was charging my phone or whatnot, and then some residents came out and told me something about I can't charge my phone right there. So I was just like, all right, man, they tripping over here. So I went to another, I stayed at those apartments, and I went down some, and I started charging my phone again anyway. So from there, actually, I'm jumping ahead. When I first got to San Bernardino, I went to a grocery store, and this is where I noticed stuff was different, because after talking with the dude about the dark web and stuff like that, and I started putting everything together and all that. That's when I noticed everybody leaning to the left. Everybody started leaning to the left, and looking out the window like they coming type, like they coming. You better make it fast. They coming. So I went to the bathroom. I remember walking in. They told me not to take my backpack with me, to leave it on the side. Leave it on the side. Leave it with them pretty much. And I used the bathroom. Came back. You could tell they went through my stuff. They went through my backpack. Guess they was looking for something. And that's when I started just to see it all. And the people leaning left, and they'll look out the window like they come in and stuff like that. So I was just like, all right, let me go ahead and get up out of here. I walked around the neighborhood around there, nothing but residentials again. One block was probably like 2 or 3, maybe 4 blocks here. Or maybe it just felt that way. I remember walking down the block like, dang, how long is this block? Like, I ain't gonna never get nowhere here. These cars keep showing up everywhere and parking right here, and I ain't gonna never get nowhere here. So I went over there across the street from the school to those apartments, tried to charge my phone. They told me I couldn't charge my phone. Ended up charging my phone anyway. Calling the Uber, because I was just like, I can't do it. I just gotta leave Cali then. I gotta leave Cali because I already tried San Diego. It didn't work there. back in LA, then worked there around LA, Anaheim, Long Beach, and Riverside, San Bernardino. Nothing was working, so I was just like, I gotta go. So I left San Bernardino, went straight to the Greyhound from there. Got to the Greyhound, booked my trip to go to Las Vegas. Ended up going to Vegas the same day. By the grace of God, they had a trip. When I booked it, my trip was only an hour away, and they had seats available. So it was only an hour before the bus arrived or whatever, and they had seats available still. So I was able to book the trip the same day and go the same day. Within the hour, I was on my way to Las Vegas, just like that. So then got on the trip, went to and I remember they were saying, because now I'm noticing everybody leaning left and all that. So now I remember people pretty much saying that it was people on the way to the station. So now I'm hoping that I remember the dude who was taking the tickets to the Greyhound. He kept telling me you was good. He was like, "You good, man?" He was like, "You good? You I'm pretty sure you good." Pretty much, he kept like saying that. I didn't know what that meant, and so I noticed other people. They was saying pretty much it was other people on the way there, and that they was like coming to get me pretty much. Now I'm noticing people leaning left, and then I think that's when I'm not sure if that's when I started noticing the head signal, like people lean left and then they'll go like this, and so I'm just like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell going on. So but all I know is I feel like it was the same people was coming, or I felt like they was calling other people to come get me or whatever. So now I'm just like, damn, this bus gotta take off, hurry up and take off before they get here. You know what I'm saying? Because the Uber got here pretty fast, so I know they probably on their way once they figure out that I'm here. Because now I'm feeling like at this point that people know me, so I'm feeling like they telling whoever that wherever I was at, they was telling them where I was at pretty much. So they like, oh, he over here at the Greyhound. So now I feel like the people coming to the Greyhound. So from there, get on the Greyhound bus. The bus start taking off after a few minutes, and I'm just like grateful and thankful that I'm just feel like I'm just getting away from that whole situation. Like, man, that mess was messy. I was just tired of running, and I was just tired of the whole situation. I didn't want to deal with it no more. The whole neighbor situation, I didn't want to deal with none of that no more. I was tired of it. Like, why did this dude hate me so bad? I don't know you. Like, I don't know you. Who are you? Like, who are you? I don't know you. Why are you on me so bad? So I felt like Vegas was my escape. So when I got to the bus ride was just like heaven, you know. Like I got to get some rest in, and I got to relax. I wasn't in the cold no more. I enjoyed the bus ride. It took about 4 hours, it took about 6 to 8 hours to get there. 6 to 8 hours to get there, because there's a bunch of stops in between. We take, and at every stop we take breaks, like 15 to 30 minute breaks at every stop. And so it took about 6 to 8 hours to get there. And so finally, and I remember this was the first time I noticed that people notice who I am. These girls, she literally pointed at me and she said, "Look, there go that actor." And I'm like, I look around, I'm like, I'm the only one standing right here. She pointed at me and said I was an actor. I'm like, she got me mistaken for somebody. And they said, yeah, he leaving LA with daddy's money and stuff like that. I'm like, where's they getting all these accusations from? Like, daddy's money? Like, I save this up. Like, I'll save this up. So Yeah, it was weird. And that's when I noticed, I started to put everything together. I'm like, hit, something with the dark web, people following me, neighbor, putting everything together. So they must be claiming that they got me mistaken for some actor, and that's why they after me. That's what I was thinking. Um, what else? Yeah. And then so now I know for sure that certain people know me. So I'm like, yeah, people know me. Like after she said that, I said, yeah, people know me. When they did that. What I started noticing is also I noticed people would be like, I don't know, they started raising their hand, like their right hand, like when I was on the bus, they'll raise like their right hand and push on the light button. And I noticed that like certain people will say certain stuff and they'll act like it was, well, not act like, it'll sound like it was towards me, and then other people will start doing like a hand signal, like doing their hand, or doing their hand, and I'm just like, all right, something going on. Like I don't know. But now figuring it all out, I guess they was defending me. This is before all the negating and all that started and all that incentive stuff. Um, I guess they was defending me back then, and now I see what was going on. Like certain people say stuff and then they'll come back in my defense. Certain people, they'll say something and then they'll come back. And then I remember one of the girls, she said that it was embarrassing that I wouldn't stand up for myself. She was like, he got us doing it for him, and it's embarrassing he won't stand up for himself. And now I see she was talking to me. She was talking to me. But yeah, so that was pretty much the bus ride. It was after all that stuff, it was like pretty much quiet. Everybody was chill, doing their own thing on the cell phones. I guess they was still talking to me. I just didn't realize it back then. But they was on their phones and everything still, and all that, and everything was cool. And so from that point, let's see. From that point, we get to Vegas. I get off the bus. They asked me if I wanted to get off on North or South Vegas. I got off South Vegas, and I wanted to get off by the Strip, and so I got off, and first thing I did was looking for. I started calling around for hotels. I called one hotel. No, they didn't have anything. The next hotel, they had something available. Called my Uber. Went to the hotel. Got to the hotel. It was like right down the street from the Strip. Like I could literally just walk to the Strip from there. And so I got that was that with the hotel. Got my room booked, and now man, I got some nice relaxation that I needed in a while. Got to watch all my YouTube, social medias and stuff. Chill out, relax, turn the heat on in the room and everything. It was a nice room too. I was actually paying less than what it was worth. The room was worth more than what I was paying. What I found out, because they had a business conference when I was checking out, and I tried to check back in, and the room was double of what it was worth. And I asked him why it was double now, and he said it's because they're having a business conference, and that's how they charge them, I guess. And so whenever they come in town and they're charging them, they charge everybody else the same prices. However, he explained it to me, and So I spent a few days in a hotel room, and so now I'm back. I'm rested up again and everything. Cause at first I was just sleeping on the streets and everything, and not knowing I should have just saved that money and just slept on the streets some more. I would have probably done better. But I did need that rest and stuff. So then from there, I left there because it was double the price now, and I found another hotel. I stayed in that hotel for a couple days. Then I started to leave. No, I left, and then, dang, what happened from there? Don't tell me I did. I came back to LA. Sheesh. I just kept coming back to LA. I don't know why. Yep. I came back to LA. So I left. After I left that hotel, I came right back to LA. And when I was in Vegas, I didn't notice nothing different. I did notice a couple people like walking past my door and like saying stuff, but I didn't pay no mind to it. I remember them talk. Oh, that was important because this is important. This is what also helped me confirm what I was going through. When I was at the hotel, this is why I started listening at the door, and the dude was like, "You want to do it?" And he was like, "That's a lot of money involved." And the other dude like, "Nah." He was like, "I ain't trying to get myself in none of that drama and all this." And the other dude was like, "You sure?" He was like, it's money." And the other dude was like, "Yeah, I'm sure. I ain't trying to get in none of that." So once he said that, I was like, "Yup, that dark web money hit, all that shit is true." Cause these dudes just came to by my door. They talking about the same thing, and yup, it's true. So from there, went back to LA. I was only in LA for a couple days before I was just like, I'm leaving again, because everything, it just wouldn't change. It just stayed the same. Every time I was there, everybody acting funny and just all that. But this time when I came, I went and I visited my dad, and this is when I got on EBT. I visited my dad. He said I could take a shower there. He said I could wash my clothes. So I asked, no, that part didn't come yet. So pretty much I was trying to ask him if I can live with them, because I couldn't live over there no more, and he pretty much didn't give me no solid answers. All he would tell me is about going downtown. Trying shelters and getting on EBT and trying out Section 8. So he took me down to the EBT place, and I guess it was some dude after me then, and I ended up actually running into the dude because I was staring right at him and he was staring at me, and everybody was letting me know that he was coming. It was like, oh, the other one is here, and pretty much, and it was obvious that it was him. He came in with sunglasses, and he was the only one in there with sunglasses on, and the way he was looking at me, and I can tell that was who it was, and he was only there to ask a question and leave. So I knew it was him. He wasn't there for no real business. So yeah, I ended up, and that's how I got put on EBT. So now I'm EBT, and because I was already running out of my money saved up, so now I got income coming in from the EBT, and Pretty much I looked up some more shelters, went to some more shelters out here. It was all the same mess. Now I know people know who I am. After being out of state and coming back, I'm like, yeah, they know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know me. They try to act like they don't know me. They know me. That's when, because when I was in Vegas, you would hear people saying pretty much like, that's him. Like, they knew me. Yeah, they knew me. I tried some more shelters out here. I couldn't really sleep out here because I couldn't really sleep. I opened my eyes just to open my eyes and see somebody staring at me, or I hear them talk about some kind of plan they had going on and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't about to stay out here no more. So then when I went back to the house, booked me a trip. I just kept coming and going. Thinking things was gonna change, and they never did. Every time I come back, cause now the other dude who was threatening, I don't know, he just disappeared. I don't know where he went. He just disappeared. And now it's just dealing with the other one. So and he wouldn't give up. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm gonna go to Texas. So I booked my trip the next day to go to after trying out all these shelters. It wasn't like literally the next day after coming back. I tried out all these shelters: San Gabriel, West LA, downtown. I tried everywhere, and it was just the same result. People just talking everywhere. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Texas. Booked my trip to Texas. Went to